Alright, Shalom. I'd like to say Kal Halayam, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakodash. Right? Couple of the apostles and the others of great millstone that do well. And peace and blessings to the Akim around the world that pushes truth to the four corners of the earth, right? In sincerity. I said I'll touch on the thing that had on the news the other day where there was actually demonizing our people. Right? First had the shooting, and there was to saying that they believe that he connected to the Hebrew Israelites just because he shot some Jews, some fake Jews, some Jewish people. And then sometime after that, I think sometime within this week, I was seeing when they was even trying to defraud us even more by putting up the posters saying Yahushua is coming. You understand? We know it's them just doing that, trying to make us look bad. Because that's how it starts first with the demonization. They demonize us first. That's how America is moving in general. Whenever they want to get somebody or do something to somebody, the first thing that they do is try to demonize the image. And that's what they're starting to do to us already. And we know eventually that's going to lead to what? Persecution. Which is something all brothers had to be ready for when that time comes. Right? Because the scriptures talk about our persecution. I'll start with our scripture. All these things is the condition of the battle. And the scriptures talk about. These things must come. That is why we were pre-warned. And that is why we just pre-warn others. So that when it does come, we'll be able to deal with it accordingly. But we know only elect will receive this information and actually put it to good use. The others will ignore it. And when persecution does come, they'll fall. Alright? Yesterday, John 16, I'll start from 1, right? John 16 verse 1, it says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended." You understand? Because the scriptures talk about that in Mark. They say when persecution arise, immediately they are what? Offended. They're not going against the word. You understand? Falling off. Why? Because they can't take the persecution or all the things that you had to go through with this truth. But that's the reason why he warned us before time, so we wouldn't be offended. We wouldn't stumble. They said, they shall put you out of their synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that they do it God's service. And there's something you'll expect from your own people. Because Esau knows that we are the men of the Lord. So they're gunning for us. But they will also try to deceive the people to think that, that we off, that we is unholy men, that we wicked. You understand? So when that time comes, and our own people selling us out, they will think that they're actually doing a good thing. Because of what? The wiles of the devil. Esau will actually make them believe that, hey, they're men wicked. You understand? Anytime we see one of them, rat them out, we'll give all their reward. And they will do that gladly because they'll think they're doing something good. Say verse 3, it say, "And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father, nor me." Right? "But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. They say, and these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you." You understand? So we understand these things, after he left. Even at the time when he was supposed to be crucified and he was telling them, they didn't even understand it back then. I think Peter was even trying to rebuke him. He told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan." You understand? He didn't understand it then. It's only after they grow in the spirit, then they get to understand certain things. Way after he died. And even now, we understand these things too. Why? Because the spirit of truth dwelleth with us. Right? Like I was saying, these things we had to expect, and these things we had to prepare for, because they have to come. Alright? Scriptures talk about the trials upon the world. It's in Revelations 2 verse 10, right? It says, fear not. It says, fear none of those things, like here, which thou shalt suffer. It say what we shall suffer. Now the scriptures talk about it have done some that will never taste death, but it will have some that will be beheaded for the word. And we talk about in Revelation, I believe it's Revelation 6. You understand? Some will be beheaded for the word, but it also has some that would not be killed. They will get spiritual powers. They will last to see the end. But for the ones who had to go through that torment, they had to deal with it accordingly. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And when that time comes, it will be nice times. Right? God had to be with you for you to be able to get through those times. That's how difficult those times were. Right, cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Tried means what? To be tested. You'll be tested when that time comes, to see really where you're about. You might be tried with the temptation of death, to see if you'll be faithful unto death. Just like how with Abraham and his son, how Abraham was tried to see if you'd actually kill him, and the Most High knew he was going to kill him, so he stopped him right before he actually went and do it. Perhaps how some men might be tried in that time. The Lord mightn't want them to die, but he might try them to see if they will accept that instead of actually conforming to the system or taking the chip. Right? That he may be tried, the tribulation thing, it's like here. That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. It said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So if you actually withstand, and keep it to the end, whether it be you survive until the end or you be beheaded, you will have a reward to receive faith. But it is coming. Right, that's the point. It is coming. All these things are coming. But right now Esau have a vendetta. And that is the Lord stirring up their spirit against us, because the prophecy had to be fulfilled. Prophecy must be fulfilled, so that is the Lord stirring the spirit against us. Alright? Like this prophecy, for example, in Revelations 12 verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the sea, of the earth and of the sea, so like here. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And that devil they're talking about is not a man with 2 horns and a pitchfork. You understand? That's Esau. You understand? And his power structure, he'll be coming down on us and all of Jacob, but mainly the men of the Lord, because they are his targets. Because Esau does monitor us. Esau does monitor our videos. You understand? He constantly putting our videos down. They just keep tabs on us. They know who they're looking for when that time comes. And they will be searching for them. They might even, like brothers say, they might even be putting out rewards. You know our man of the Lord is, you might sell them out. You'll get something nice. You sell out, you understand? Esau was always known for bribery. He was always good at bribery, and he has never kept his promise. I will give a good example of that. Yes, no. I'll give a good example of that. It's a good example. A good example of Esau cunningness to bribe people. It's in 2 Maccabees 7. I'll start from verse 24, right? It say, now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and slacking. Let's truck pass. Right, second Maccabees 7 verse 24 is saying, now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive. And this, if you know the story of this was when when there was killing the mother and the sons. I think it's 7 sons. Yeah, son trying to make them eat swine's flesh. And the ones who didn't want to eat it, they was put to death, right? And in all kind of torturous ways, right? But he reached down to the last one right now, which was the youngest, was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oath, so he made him a promise, that he would make him both a rich and a happy man, if he would turn from the law of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. You understand? And that is the kind of bribery, that the kind of Judas purse that men will be offered in that time. Sell them out, you'll get this and you'll get that. Don't worry yourself, you're going to take the chip in about you'll get 100,000, and you're going to make it somebody important. All these different trickeries that they will try to pull to get men to conform, to get men to take that Judas purse. And it have brothers that will take it, because scriptures talk about brothers betraying brothers. It have brothers that will take it. Now, I can't say them as brothers, but for now, there's brothers because they're in the truth. But in those times, it have some that will turn. Right? Verse 25, it say, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. The scriptures say, well, see, he that findeth his life shall lose it. And this is the kind of spirit we had to be in. For when that time comes, we had to accept whatever it is come. Whether it be we live to the end, or whether it be we had to be one of those that are beheaded. We had to stand stiffly for the name of the Lord, as we talk about in 2nd Esdras. It was chapter 2. I'll get that one after, right? I'll get after. It say, and when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. Right? And this was back in the days when women was in the right mind. It's when women was in the right mind, when they was actually down for the Lord. But these days, majority of women, they're down for the system. Majority of women today, they don't even study. If they had to make a decision, they don't even say, well, what the Bible say, how the Bible says to deal with it. They don't even say, well, I wonder how the Bible says to deal with the situation. Majority of women today, when they're making decisions, what they do, they look to Esau. What Esau say they should do. Because that is their God. They only have a handful, literally a handful. A handful of them that will actually be like this woman in the Maccabees. Literally. Right? You see, right, verse 27, right? It says, but she bowed herself toward him, laughing, the cruel tyrant to scorn. It says, spake in her country language, which is what, Hebrew, on this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee and brought thee up into this age. It say, and endured the trouble of education. Right? It say, I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High, Yahweh, made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Right? So the way she was telling his son. It say, fear not this tormentor. So now the mother tells his son, fear not this tormentor. In times to come, the women that they're going to have, they're not going to be telling the sons and the daughters to take the torment. They go and sell out. You understand? Because they go try to save the life and save the child life. And by doing so, they will be destroyed.
So that the scripture says the woman is the weaker vessel. Right? In time of Jacob trouble, they will give in to it because they can go a long period of time hungry.
But just like this woman in the Maccabees, the one who had the sons, they will have one or two who will actually be like this because she's back here.
No, yeah, but when they go, it will be like what? Women in the also put that under the order.
Right. They'll say go hide one or two who like her, but majority of them they're going and sell out. They go and sell out and they go and sell you out.
But once in our that is order, we don't know what's taking place.
They say verse 28, they say, I beseech thee, my son, look up. No, I'll just read that, right? So like, yeah, verse 29, it say, fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy debts, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. So she was telling them what? She was telling them to accept their debt. If you had to die, die for the truth. But this is to show you that in that time, because a little bit up before, it was showing you that Esau was making him promises of wealth and fame, you know, comfort. Second Maccabees, the 7 sons.
The 7 sons, yeah.
Yeah, so in that time, Esau would be making you promises. They'll be making you, you know, trying to get to turn against the law as he tried to do with the youngest son. Because even that system he used, whereas he went to the oldest didn't comply, and he killed that one in front of the others, and he keep going down the line. Eventually, on a normal basis, one of them would crack. And that's what he was hoping for. But none of them did end up cracking. Even the mother that takes she dead.
The whole integrity. When they go to Daniel said, you shot an abbot. Right? When they was tried, right? They rather die than to eat one.
No, they were supposed to pray to the idol. And they were disrespectful with it too, eh? We are not afraid to answer the okay.
But
real talks again.
Even I think with the swine and all, like when he made the deal and sell it.
The swine is the Maccabees, the 7 sons.
No, anyhow, we go
Start already or shut up? Oh yeah. Hello, bye. Alright. Right, so the second is just 2. Alright, I'll start from second is just 2, I'll start from 42, right? It says, I Esdras saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And that young man represents Yahushua Mashiach, right? The Messiah, the Lamb, right? It says, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I just actually get to see these things, and to see something like that in a vision is a real. You can imagine watching something like that. I get some kind of dreams already, and it wasn't nothing compared to the kind of dreams them men used to get. Right? So verse 44, it says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Right? And that palms we're talking about it represents like victory. Right? It was a tradition Israel used to do whenever that was victorious. Right? Say verse 46, it say, then said I unto the angel, it say, what young person is it that crowned them and giveth them palms in their hands? It say, so he answered me, So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, which is who? Mashiach.
That's it.
It say who they have confessed in the world. It say then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And when that time of persecution come, that way you had to do, you had to stand stiffly for the name of the Lord. Because we know the devil coming, the devil as a roaring lion, you understand, seeking who he may devour.
Yeah.
You understand? When that time of tribulation come, a lot of men going and crack. You understand? That balls in a draw. That balls in a draw situation. A lot of men going and crack, I tell you. Yeah. A lot of them, even read the story of the Maccabees with the sons who was tortured. Boiling in a pot and all kind of thing. Having your tongue cut out.
Even just to add, right? Because often these jakes are running around here playing that the bad now by the man. Hey, when that time reach, the scripture say, I think it's Isaiah 14, but 13 verse 6, it says, well, holy for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Yeah,
Right, so they'll be weeping like bitches.
Some of these men can't even get paper cut and they come with a paper cut, a little paper cut. I saw them all over the place, a little paper cut. You can imagine when he saw started actually put affliction on them. They can't deal with it. That's why the scriptures say, in that time the Lord is the one making our scripture. Because if the Lord not with you, you're not making it, full stop. The Lord had to be with you.
When I go through the scriptures and I read from Moses come right down to Revelation, from beginning to end, the Spirit of the Most High was with them. The scriptures tell you that. So if it is the Spirit of the Most High not with you, you can't make it.
So there's the Revelations 3 verse 10. Right? They say, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which is what? The things that are written therein. You talk about in Revelations 2, it say, that which ye have, hold fast till I come. You got to hold fast to these things, right? They say, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, they say, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So who is the one who will be keeping you in that time? It's the Most High who will be keeping you. Son Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's the one who will be keeping you from the things that are to come.
Yahushai say, those that you have given me, they are dying. Right?
Say no man can pluck them out of his hand.
No man can pluck them.
Right? They say the hour of temptation. They say, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell on the earth. So that will be a test. You understand? They will be tested in that time. And that time that test that I say, that is not a test to fail. That has no redos. You understand? You can't go and reapply for it. That final test, you had to prepare, you had to get yourself ready for that. You had to get your spirit, your mind ready. Not ready your body so much, you know, because your mind, your spirit had to be strong, and you had to be doing the things of the Lord, so in that time he will keep you, because if you ain't ready for that, you can imagine you walking on the road, you see your mother body there, you see your father body across, so your auntie and them, they might see your wife, your children, you don't know.
And that's why the scripture say, well, meditate terror. It didn't mean to meditate on wickedness, you know, but it's to prepare your mind, prepare yourself for the things that is going to come. Because once in the scriptures and you read these things and you read, hey, what coming to pass, you got to put yourself in place.
I also say, especially when it comes to the people close to you.
It's even that, you know, there's some brothers that were, they can't bear to see blood and see two things, you know, but they have to put yourself in a game.
Yeah, I'm a precept here. This is Ephesians 6:13. You see, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of power, that he may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. And that's what you're saying. We have to put the armor of Hashem to stand. And that's as the brother Yahweh say. We have to put faith in the Lord. That's how we go stand on the day. We can't stand up now day by ourselves. You understand? We have to have the faith.
We don't have legs, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have legs in them time, you know. In them time, Lord had to stand for me. So we can't defend myself.
This second Peter 2:9, he said the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation. And I guess what we are saying there. Because you are shy now to deliver we out of here. We can't do that for ourselves. You know?
You can't do nothing for yourself.
Yeah, that's just the reality.
Right?
Have you said?
Yeah, so I something to after that, who's the one that actually doing it, right? And if you're not walking upright, righteously, only spirit, only person, the most I'm saying, only person that you allow things to happen to just happen, just
Yeah.
if you're not walking righteously or whatever it is,
Yeah.
when that time come, you will know how to filter his people. So just a quick little example, this is Job 1 and 6. So there was a day when sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. The Lord said unto Satan, where hast thou come from? And Satan answered, said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down, which is what, by that time come especially, and he started looking for those people. And then certain people he will pass over, which is the righteous person. So in this case, he passed over Job because he didn't make sense. Right? And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like unto him in earth, a perfect and a right man, one that fed and eschewed evil, which is what we have to kind of follow.
And that's right.
Right? So there's none like unto him at the earth, a perfect and upright man, and one that fed God. To be that, you have to, of course, try and follow the Lord's commandments as much as you can. And following the word, follow our Basha.
But even just to add, because you said try, it's not a try. You gotta do. You could just say, don't be out here, but do one man. So you gotta put it into action.
Yeah, that's right. And then verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord, though Job fear God for naught, has not thou made an hedge about him, about his house, and about all that he had on every side, and thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance, and his increase his land. So they show you that the Most High have the hedge and protection around his people. So when that time comes, they're doing the wrong thing, he wouldn't have that hedge around here.
Well, that's why he tell you angels was given, not to hurt the earth. Say, hold the wind, right? Until we seal, the servants of the Most High.
And if I could also say that showing you that as perfect as Job was trying to be, he was still also trying.
Yeah.
You understand? That is not something you can escape.
All of us have to go through.
All of us have to. We call it fiery trials. It's something that you have to go through. I have a scripture here. It says, 2 Esdras 15, I'll start from verse 20, right? It said, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. It said, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus. It said to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. You understand? We talk about what the Baya Josaphat, which is what Yahweh Shaphat, which is Most High's judgment. You understand?
Which is in the Valley of Josaphat, in the Middle East.
Yeah. That all the kings going and all them go and come together to fight against each other.
But even like when you watch world news and things, you see that the Most High done muster in them, because right now they're fighting for the oil and the resources across the
Verse 21, it say, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, which is what? His people and the prophets also. Right? Unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. It say, thus saith the Lord power. It say, my right hand shall not spare the sinners. It say, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. And who is his right hand? Mashiach.
and he say, well, you wouldn't spare what the sinners, so those who don't want to turn back to Lord power and say that you have Hashem Yoshai.
That's right.
Death and destruction.
You see, verse 23, it say, the fire is gone forth from his wrath and had consumed the foundation of the earth.
Yeah, the Most High wrath, they done kindle already. Right? When you watch the abominations that taking place, right? Gay marriages that you can marry a stone, bestiality. It's all type of folly.
Yeah.
Even I was watching somebody put it up in the group where I was taking the I think some DNA or something from the feather to make chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Gods on making their own chicken. You see the fire has gone forth from his wrath and had consumed the foundation of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. You say, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, save the Lord.
So, destruction unto them. That my Christian that said, the Most I know all them that sin against him.
This is you say, I will not spare them, go your way. The children from the power defile not my sanctuary. Right? You say, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction.
Deliver them unto death and destruction. Like yesterday. Yesterday I go on a call by one of my cousins now, but she feeds and up thing and they come out, they eating their pork big. So no, we don't eat no pork. Right? Not me. I eating anything, yeah. And this is what Jake's like.
See verse 27, it say, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. And that is really and truly what will happen to these people. The Lord will destroy them. Why? Because they don't want to repent. And the scripture also tell you who it is going to destroy them. It's not, let's say, like how people let's think, well, the Lord just going to leave them to be destroyed when it comes. It's the Lord orchestrating that destruction. And the scriptures say it have spirits that are created for vengeance.
Yeah.
You understand?
That is like Esau, like 2/3 of Israel. All these little niggas running around with guns.
And also the what the scriptures called the evil angels.
Gun.
because the scriptures talk about what the angels holding the four winds. The them winds in playing with you.
Then it's the beasts of the field, the fowls of the air. Right?
And the spirits could be on them to be doing what it is that they do.
So that's it, he that sinneth against the Most High. That's roughly paraphrasing. Wrong with your own soul.
Proverbs 8.
So that's why he say, well, you will deliver them unto death and destruction.